Today is Digimon Day. I'm going to go on a Digimon quest of my own and you're very welcome to join me. I'm here in Hikarigaoka, a place that actually featured in the Digimon anime. We're going to find some real life locations and then we're going to go to the Toei Animation Museum and then we're going to go and buy some Digimon merch and I'll show you my haul at the end. But there's this really cool plaque outside Hikarigaoka station here. That caption just says that this is the place where the kids lived in the Digimon show. It's kind of crazy to think that it's over 25 years old, but I'm going to flash up some shots from the anime and you're going to be able to see that building is straight ahead. It's crazy. The creators just wholesale took this whole area in Hikarigaoka and just used it in the anime as is. So you can walk around this and it's like being in the show, basically. There's a train station down to the left as we go over this overpass that was featured a few times in the anime. Got a main road going underneath us. There we go. There are the kids stood on this bridge that I'm walking across here, and it really does feel like, it was even called Hikarigaoka in the anime, so they weren't trying to hide it or anything. You might have seen Digimon Adventure. That was the 20-minute short film that was the very first piece of Digimon media that came out. It actually got chopped up and reused for the Western Digimon movie, but the original version is so much better. The short film, I'd recommend seeing that. And in that, some fireballs hit this building that we can see. On the right there, you can see the shape of the staircase. And then I'm going to turn around to where most of that battle between Greymon and Parrotmon actually happened. But just take note of this hole in the road just to my left here. And then also on the right, we've got that triangle-shaped building and then the round one, the shopping mall and the station and all that area. And as you can see, it's just as is. And in fact, the bit of the bridge that got exploded and that fell away, that's probably where I'm stood right now as I look down this main road where that first Digimon battle happened. And yeah, so if you look at the apartment building on the left where the kids lived, there was that hut shape on the top and we can see that. So it's just incredible. And it's really cool to think that the guys lived in that apartment building when they met the Digimon for the first time. Oh yeah, before I forget, stay tuned to the end of the video if you have been watching this channel for a while and you want an update on exactly what's happening with it. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Now I'm going to turn around and we're going to walk back down this boulevard here. Such a nice day. The sun's out. Everyone's out on their bikes, just hanging out, sat on the benches here, doing some shopping. And so we're going to look at the shopping mall. This area of it is called Livin'. That's the brand. And that was ripped off for the anime and altered slightly. There you can see. But it's obvious where the inspiration came from. I didn't actually go in here. There are a few shops inside here. As we can see, yeah. There's a Uniqlo. But we're just going to keep walking down this path here. Yeah, that's Digimon Adventure. Yeah, that's the Japanese version, the 20-minute film that came out before the TV show. I believe that came out at the cinema and then the TV show started the next day here in Japan. But yeah, if we look up to the left, you can see an incinerator here, that big tower, and that featured in the show a few times in the skyline and things like that, as we can see there. Now, there were a few things that I wanted to find. I'd got screenshots for and I wanted to go out and find them. But because the anime was 25 years ago, as I say, there are some things that just don't exist, like this sign. It's for a hospital. And I did find the hospital. That hospital still does exist, but that sign doesn't, which is kind of sad, but it's kind of cool that, you know, these things got immortalized as they were in 1999, I guess. I'm just walking through this bus station here and back towards the mall and the main road. And I went inside here. This is a food court. You can buy some fruit and veg here. We've got a tea shop on the right. And it's not that this appeared in the anime, or it might have done, I'm not sure. But I just wanted to give you a flavour of this area. We've got a pastry shop here up ahead. And then we've just been past, yeah, there we go, Mr. Donut, Misudo. Yeah, I just wanted to show you what it's like for the people who live in this area. We're in a suburb, it's about 30 minutes by train, I guess, away from the center of Tokyo. And it was lunchtime. And then I found this shop which seemed to do a lot of noodle type dishes. So I grabbed a bottle of water, had a look at what they had. They had all these different bentos. But I wasn't really in the mood for that. I wanted some yakisoba today. So there we go, really cheap at 390 yen, about £2 British. It's still really cheap in Japan, as long as you're not, earning in yen. And then there was this area on the left where all the old guys were sat, so I thought I'd go and sit with them and enjoy my yakisoba for lunch, which was nice. It had some cabbage on top and then the red ginger, the pickled ginger on the left. But already time was getting away from me. I had so much planned to do today, so I couldn't dilly-dally, and I headed back outside and got this shot. Again, you can see the similarity, exactly what it's based on. Of course, time has passed and the sign has changed. So that's for the train station, and then I headed inside and down these steps and into the train station. I wasn't going to catch the train, but I wanted to get another shot from the anime. And here we go, just around this corner here. Yep, there we go. So the guys on the left at the ticket machine, and then a couple looking at the map on the right, and then there it just appeared in front of me. And I even had a boy and a girl on the right, like the shot, looking at the map. So that was really good timing. Yeah, so these are the ticket machines you use. But I wasn't going to ride this train. I headed back outside to the park, Hikarigaoka Koen. It was a really nice day, really sunny. It's just started to get warm here in Japan, and we're nearly at cherry blossom season as well. But I had a walk down this big path, and then out to the right there was a big grass field, and there were families having picnics and people doing exercise and things like that. This is a really nice park. This isn't the norm for Japan, really. Anyone who lives around here and has this on their doorstep, I think they're really lucky. It's a really nice area. And then, yeah, you can see the incinerator tower in the distance again there. And I came to this area, and there were quite a few people skateboarding. And I saw this sign on this tree. And at first I thought it said no skateboarding. And I thought, these guys are badasses. But it actually said no skateboarding at night. Because it's loud. Very Japanese. But this whole area here, there were quite a few other people in the distance skating. But yeah, I decided it was time to go on to my next stop on today's Digimon journey, and that was the Toei Animation Museum. And I could have walked. It was about an hour away. I did actually plan to walk, but already time was getting away from me. So I decided to get in a taxi, and it took about 15 minutes. And yeah, we headed to Higashioizumi, where Toei is based. And you might think it's a coincidence that, these two areas were so close to each other, but it's not really, because this whole area is quite famous for anime. Yeah, it's kind of called the birthplace of anime in Nerima. For whatever reason, when anime was starting up, all these different studios were based around here. And so where I got dropped off around the back, actually, it looked like it's still the functioning offices and studio for Toei. But I'm walking around to the front now, to where the museum is. Here's one of my favourite Toei animations. It's for the Daft Punk album movie thing. It's called Interstellar 555. Amazing if you haven't seen it. But they also do loads of other famous stuff, like they do Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon, or they did. And so this museum, it's free. It's not the best thing I've ever been to. It's quite basic, but it was still cool to see, and there were plenty of Digimon things to check out, so for free, you really can't complain. I was allowed to film in this garden area. I came through after I'd signed in at the front, and I'd been given my guest pass, and then I spotted Agumon straight away, here in the corner, and then a little bench on the side. Really nice day to enjoy this area. There were some families and little kids, some, I think, Digi-eggs there on the bench. And then I had a look around, and yeah, I snuck this video. I don't know if I was meant to film here, there were other places where they were like, definitely don't film. And then I also snuck this video of this stamp thing in a lot of tourist spots or train stations in Japan. You can stamp a piece of paper or a little notebook that you've got. So yeah, this museum is worth visiting if you're an anime fan. If you're not, you might find it a little underwhelming. They had loads of different displays and figures and even animation cells that had been used in famous animes and an explanation of how the animation process worked. It was good for free. I'm glad I went. It perhaps took me about 20-25 minutes to look around the whole thing, and then I'd built up quite a sweat. It was a hot day, so I thought, let's buy a drink in this little area. You saw there probably just the big Digimon footprints on the floor. I went for a CC lemon. Very sweet, very sour, with a great dose of vitamin C from the Digimon vending machine there, and then I just sat on the red chairs and had a little chill. Yeah, there were displays like this, you know, all different figurines and stuff like that. And then of course there was the gift shop. So I had a look around. There were loads of animes. I mean, I don't know what most of this merch is, but here we get to the Digimon stuff. There were loads of different little bean bags here. I picked up one of those. I'll show you at the end of the video. And then, yeah, there were some badges and plaques and folders and t-shirts and things like that, but some of these looked a bit cheap, I'm not gonna lie, like print on demand type stuff. These were okay, kind of cool, these models that you could make at the bottom there. But there was quite a lot of Digimon stuff actually. Maybe they had more merch than any other IP in this shop. So if you want some Digimon stuff, here is the place to go. Yeah, it's interesting. Digimon kind of, it does feel like it's dropped off in Japan, like compared to something like Pokemon. I mean, it's just night and day. You can't compare the two. But they obviously still know that it sells and that people are into it. And I know there's some new stuff brewing as well. I'm completely out of the loop with it really. But this day was a really fun, nostalgic Natsukashi day. Some chopsticks there, and then some more badges here, and I think are they hair bobbles to the left, and then pens and things like that. So I bought something, and then I headed over to the Gashapon machines as well. These are really popular in Japan, and for 300 yen you get one of the toys on the front. So I'm just putting my money in here, and then you turn the handle and your little capsule pops out. There we go. So that was the Toei Animation Museum. Worth seeing if you're an anime fan. Like I said, it's free, kind of cool, and you can pick up some good merch. And now it was time to head to the next place on my journey, Nakano, and I had to go to the train station. There was this display outside, and there were these statues. I should have taken more footage here, but my battery was already running low. We've got Astro Boy and Ashton Ojo there. And then I arrived at Nakano Broadway, which featured in the Digimon Cyber Sleuth game. Again, that game took this shopping mall wholesale and just used it in the game. As you can see, I'm coming to that section I've just shown. And this place is also very famous. Really good place to come because of this place, Mandarake. And it's not just one shop, it is multiple shops, as you'll see, within the same shopping mall. Now there are normal shops here as well. You know, you've got food shops, pastry shops, you've got high-end watch shops. It was a real variety of stuff. But a lot of Mandarake shops as well. Each different store has a different type of item. Like maybe they have vinyl figures like that one there, or maybe they have books like this one here with the crazy signage across the top. I was looking for Mandarake Special 6 because I'd read online that that's the best place in all of Japan to find Digimon stuff. But it took me ages. I was looking down all these different streets. There's Special 2. No, we don't want that one. That's for Gundam toys. And then there's Special 9 here. That's for something else. And then there were all these other non-Mandarake shops selling just all crazy toys. Obviously someone's trying to cut a deal there, maybe trading in some stuff. There's a Godzilla shop or display here. And yeah, I spent ages. I'm not going to show you all the footage because it did take me ages to find it. Just going up and down on the different floors and walking all around, weaving in and out of each corridor. It was cool. It's a really cool place to come, especially if you're of the nerdy persuasion and you want to find some cool stuff. Record shop on the left there. And then, yeah, like an American military store on the left there. It just went on and on. And then here we've got Mandarake's kind of online operation, I think, because they sell a lot of stuff online. And then there was even a cafe, I think, coming up on the right with a kitchen on the left. It was just like they'd taken over the whole building. It reminded me of Saladon City and the Team Rocket hideout. Like, it was just kind of crazy. And I know that they've not got the best reputation with some people because it's like they control the market and set the prices because they do just have a monopoly on a lot of this stuff. Yeah, Digimon stuff is hard to find in Japan, and this is said to be, when we get to it, I'm approaching it now, said to be the best place to come. Here we go. Here we are. Mandarake Special 6 or Roku. And I go inside and we're going to freeze frame because when I got in, the guy behind the counter said, please don't film. And he said, please don't put stuff up on social media. So that's about as much as I'm comfortable to show you. Yeah, what's on the left of the shot here, it's just a whole cabinet full of Digimon stuff. And there are Digimon, old Digimon, there are Digivices, there are D3s, there are figures, there are anniversary editions. It's really cool. And I bought one of these and I'll show you in my haul at the end of today's video. I had a good chat with the guy. He told me about a few of the products, and yeah, if you want some stuff, this is the place to come. I've got photos. He was okay with me taking photos. He said just don't upload them. So if you want to see those, if you really want to see them, just message me and I can send them to you. But yeah, Japanese people are a bit funny about you filming stuff for whatever reason. I don't know, I'm sure he's got his reasons. So then after I'd bought my Digimon, I headed down to the very basement floor, and there were all sorts of things here, like a fortune teller's on the left, and then a used kimono shop, and more food places. Nakano Broadway is kind of crazy. But yeah, if you're into nerdy stuff, I'd definitely recommend paying a visit. So after this, I then went to meet my friend in Shibuya, and we went out for food and drinks, but I'm not going to show you that because it's not really Digimon related. So let's get to my haul now. Okay, let's have a look at what I got from Mandarake Special 6 in Nakano Broadway. Here we go. By the way, that was the little guest pass sticker they gave me at the Animation Museum. So here we go. It looks a lot like an old school Digimon. I've still got my old ones at home, so I think I'm going to send this one back to the UK. Although I might get it going for a bit and see what it does. And if you want me to do another video on this in detail, then let me know. But we'll have a quick look now. It's yeah, it's the colour version 2 of the old school Digimon for the 25th anniversary. I believe these came out last year or the year before. That's what the guy said. And it was 22,000 yen, so that's just over £100. They're all sold out online when I just checked. And this was actually one of the cheaper options. This was an opened one, so it had been used. I don't mind about that really, but the unopened ones were obviously more expensive. So as you can see, you get a cable with it because you can charge these, unlike the old ones. But there should be some charging here because the guy switched it on for me yesterday to show me. You hold down that button and there we go. Bring it up to the camera. And so that says Rodo or Risetto, so load or reset. So if we go to reset, Kesu, Kesanai, that means delete or don't delete. So why don't we just delete, set that, whatever, doesn't matter. So as you can see, it's a lot like the old ones, but it's now in colour. Oh, and the egg's hatching. So there you go. It is very much just like I remember. Yeah, all the, like the health meter and everything, they're all in the same place. The buttons do the same things. but everything's in Japanese instead of English. But I speak Japanese now, so that's fine. So this is pretty cool. I'm really glad I bought it. There we go. Yeah, that's where you charge it. And yeah, it's a really cool thing to have. Like I say, I'll probably play around with this for a bit and then I'll send it home to sit with the rest of my collection. And just as I was looking online there, I realised that some of the ones that I do own are probably worth quite a bit now. So I'm really glad I held on to them somewhere in my spare room at home. But yeah, this is really cool. Oh yeah, and here there are some instructions, obviously all in Japanese, but tells you what to do. I'll have a proper read of those later. Now here's what I bought from the gift shop at the Toei Animataion Museum. They always put these little bits of tape on when you buy something. So I got the gashapon, and then I got the little, they had loads of these, you probably saw them in the video. And this is Gabumon, one of my favourite characters from the show. There you can see Gabumon. Yeah, they're all different types, even the human characters, you probably saw them earlier in the video. And so let's take a look at the gashapon. I mean, I can already see who it is. One of the main characters of the show. There we go. There's Agumon, sat in a little egg. These are all the different ones you can get. There you go. So I've got Agumon up here. You can attach him to your mobile phone or your bag, whatever. I was going to say you could do the same with him, but I don't think you can. This just says Deji Deji Otedama. Otedama means beanbag. So yeah, there are beans in here. Cool little guy. So when I set out today, I didn't necessarily intend to buy a Digimon. I didn't know what the price would be like or anything like that, but I'm really glad I've bought this. And I've actually realised I've ended up with one of the versions that I used to have. It's got the same lineup of monsters, which actually includes Gabumon, as you can see here. So that worked out really well. It was really cool how they took the characters from the original pets and then put them into the show and fleshed it out. And yeah, Digimon, you know, there were times when I preferred it to Pokemon for sure. And like I say, it seems to have fallen off a bit, although there is still stuff happening. I know the trading cards are still a big deal. But yeah, if you want to find stuff, you've really got to search for it. And so I hope this video has shown you exactly what's available if you're a big Digimon fan, and maybe you could use it to plan your own trip. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought below. And just a quick update, I know this is the first video I've uploaded for a while, and a few people have checked in on me and asked when the next video is coming, so thanks for that. I've actually been focusing on my short form stuff, so you can find links to my other profiles on my main YouTube channel page here. It links out to the other platforms, and that's where I've been spending my time lately. I uploaded a couple of videos and they did quite well, and so it's kind of quite fulfilling when people are actually watching your stuff. So that's what I've been spending my time on. So yeah, I still want to do YouTube stuff, but the YouTube stuff is so much more time consuming, and it doesn't get as many views, but I will still keep trying to put stuff up. But yeah, if you want to follow me, and if you want to, you know, chat about anything, and just, they're the best places to go. Hit me up over there, give me a follow, whatever. Or maybe you don't want to watch short form stuff. That's up to you. I'm trying not to put it onto my YouTube channel, because I heard that if you do, then YouTube starts giving you loads of people who like the shorts and not the long form stuff. So that's a whole thing. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. I'm coming towards the end of my time here in Japan at the moment. I've actually booked my flights onto Korea next, which I'm really looking forward to, because I've never been, really, even though I love so much of the culture, and I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in over there. So yeah, thanks for following. Hope everyone's doing okay, and I'll speak to you all soon.